think we managed to get online without any issues. It must be my lucky day. It must be my lucky day. It has to be. It has to be. And cool. What music should we have? We should have that. Yes, we should have Depeche Mode. I love Depeche Mode. My favorite band by all time. But there are good stuff as well, The Prodigy, amazing. Linkin Park, amazing. So yeah, nice to have you all. Damn it, nice to have you all in here. Again, the chat is open. Early Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving? Is it Thanksgiving? When is Thanksgiving? Ah, yeah. Oh, then we have holidays, right, in the US. Then we have holidays soon, but I guess the markets are closing, Ah, man, boring. Yeah, the old Linkin Park is, outstanding. Outstanding. Let me check here. Can I do some fancy transitions also in the stream? Maybe we can do that. No. Never mind. We don't want to mess with that. So thank you all for tuning in. Yeah. Hyper Theory and Meteora, they were amazing. So amazing. And I would love to see them live though with Chester, but clearly you can't do that. So. Good. Some charts, right? No, not gonna look at that. Go away. I need to freshen up this stuff here on the silver. Still very pleased with silver overall. Very pleased. Flagging here after we broke out from the handle. So for now we're still happy. Very happy. Do I need like a more greenish bodies here? It seems like you can't see anything on your end. Yeah, that's better. Cool. Fantastic. And we have the chart really. I want to reduce it a little bit here. Just to be, so you can see the writings on the wall. The chat, that is. So, yes, Easy did a retest. Still looks good. And we have also made a breakout wedge, which should be bought into. It's in the video for today, actually. So. MOS. Yeah, crude oil is stubborn as hell. Sorry for cursing. My bad. Wasn't my intention. But yes, it is very, very pesky here. But again, my call stands. Again, we don't know. We don't have any confirmation, but I think 2026 could be good. Of course, not by the looks of things right now, but it looks like, like platinum to some degree before it started to make its move into the breakouts. But oil is more it's more controlled, isn't it? Overall control. If you believe in such a thing. Yeah, 55 below would definitely be, you know, that moment where we produce, ouch, you know, the third spike for sure. So what we want to have is this kind of where the third one is like a sideways out to some degree. But yeah, 55 seems to be an important level. But I still think even though it breaks, let's say it breaks, I think it would be like some, again, it will be the start or the complete, you know, clear of any longs left, you know. So Guantani, whatever that called, what is it called? I can't pronounce that, so I will not do it because you will laugh. Oh yeah, that's long. Yeah, that's really good, man. Long since boom boom. Yeah, looks really good. Yeah, it doesn't look too shabby. We actually made a long call on the Substack, on you know, like a potential long where you use a smaller size. The idea was, again, we have the splitter here in the middle, and once we start to trade above that, you want to take that long bull flag, massive rally. So yeah, but these broadening structures where you have volatility expanding is always tricky, and not my favorite setup. Right, it's not my favorite setup by any means, but again, feel free to speak in the chat, right? We will I will try to answer the best way I can. Right or wrong, again, it's just my opinion. MOS, Scott? MOS? It has been hammered like long call here, stop that. I wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't touch it here. Maybe, no. I mean, could we get a spike high? Yes, but I would much rather play like some sort of bottoming structure if we get that. I would not try to, even though we are breaking some very steep downtrends, the initial spike often leads to a pullback. So, but yeah, it seems like we're breaking. So if you're very, you know, high risk kind of guy, 25 and above, but yeah, I wouldn't play it just yet here. How much did popping? Which one? HP. This one here. Let me know. Helmarich or whatever, and pain. Yeah, okay. Ooh, yeah, okay. Have we talked about this before? No? Have we? I don't know. Long since 16. Oh, that's nice. Did we talk about it? Because that's a clean. If you bought it down here at 16, that's amazing. Yeah, okay, maybe. Cool. We are getting into some stiff, you know, lower. Look at that. You can see it here. Let's make it red. So it depends on your strategy. But these lows here, again, roughly 30. Until that is broken, you know, that is big resistance for sure. Oh, that's lovely. So 30, and then we have 32, 33 here until we break that stuff. So yeah, again, I it wouldn't be a bad idea, to be honest. Again, my opinion, to sell something here, and then just wait, right? Potentially we get some breakage, and then you can go long again a bit higher. But again, you're de-risking heavily. So yeah, 30 seems to be a place to 30, 32. You know, I mean, long term, it all comes down to. It looks intriguing, right? We have some. You can see we have some very long-term stuff here going on. So until we break that, you know, we can't really be long-term. I mean, long-term bullish. But it's trying. But you know, from basically 30 to roughly 38, I just drew them, you know, these quickly. There's just massive resistance trend lines going way back, so it will be tough to break in one go. And then we have this cluster here, which is also supply. So but yeah, but nice little. Again, I can't remember if we talked about it, but if I mentioned, you know, 16, cool. I'm glad. Amazing. I don't know if I did. I can't remember, but maybe you. And even if you did it on, you know, your own, that's clean. I like it. I like it. Anything else here? Let's check here. HP, we talked about that. Sure. Head and Shoulders on SID. I'm gonna check one other screen before, just to be sure. Just to have a look. See, again, I can't. Is there Head and Shoulder on SID retesting neckline today? You're talking that one there. No. I wouldn't categorize that as a Head and Shoulder. I see what you're getting at, but no, we're basically still within that range, so it's not a Head and Shoulder. At least from my view. Right. Head and Shoulders should, again, often be made at highs or lows, or you can have them at the outliers of like a range. That's also fine, but not in between everything. It's just, you know, noise basically. So NAC, what is that? NAC? I can't. Kevin, do you mean Northern Dynasty? Oh, that's a message on. That's difficult. Yeah. Let's check here. Very tricky stock. Let's just try to frame it the best way we can. We have some lows here with some highs, and you can see we're getting hit here again. So it's so tricky, this one here. What happened there? What is that? News? Oh, what? That seems extremely weird. Maybe a funky cup and handle, but again, it's so messy. I don't really know. And then we had that big fake out here where we just saw a lot of volume also getting put into place there. So, man, I don't know. If we break to the upside, for sure, you can go long. Stop loss has to be placed at like 1.4. If we break out now, let's say, you have to place it below that prior low. But it's often, again, it's tricky. It's very tricky. I mean, that kind of changed it a little bit. Again, sometimes you can just see straight away, boom, there it is. This one here needs a little bit more thought, right? This is actually not too shabby. It's actually not too shabby. Look here. This would be my main frame, you know, my main trend line to kind of like build this stuff here, which goes back like 10, 15 years. Whatever happened here, I have no clue. That stuff there, it just makes no sense. But we're both flagging now into a retest of that, you know, 15-year long downtrend. So if we, again, if we can break this flag here, basically breaking roughly, let's call it like 1.9, maybe a bit lower, but 1.9 seems to be a good level. Then for sure we can rally from there. But again, you have to have your stop below the blue. It's very important. And then I would say, if we hold here, the triangle high comes into play, which is also big resistance. So 5.6 on that. But it's, you know, it's a bit tricky. Sometimes, well, often, it's actually, you know, not, you have to work for it. And if we get a breakout here on volume, you can see the volume down here, right? If we start to see like a 2x candle here compared to these here, that's good. That's really good. Again, that candle there, it has to be some sort of news that is not shown here. It has to be. July? Nothing happened in July. Was it? No. Anyways, okay. I hope that helped. Tricky one, but I think we kind of got the idea about how to view this one here. CLF, Scott. CLF. Let's check here. How many are we? Ah, cool. Again, just let me know the questions. I'll be here for like one more quarter. CLF, is this one here? It has to be, right? Steel? Oh, we have some stuff going on here. Oh, we got hammered there below the neckline. Stop loss would still be in place. The right shoulder blows. Are we climbing back above? Yeah, okay. It looks good, but it did get a lot of technical smash here, which was earnings, it seems. That kind of took that down, but we're still holding okay. But if we start to trade below like 9, basically. You can see it here. That wouldn't be good, right? Of course, the big momentum comes in on that bull flag. So it did recover nicely after that puke. So, but it's still climbing slowly. Yeah, false breakdown during the Trump tariffs, you know. Typically, when you get a false breakdown from any structure, it ignites a bigger rally. So that is really good. Guna, you know, Kevin, that stock there, I will not pronounce it because you will make a meme out of me. We did talk about it just at the beginning of the stream. And it looks good, yeah. We had a, you know, somewhat of a smallish long call. If you want to get in, you take the break of the splitter. Breakout backtest. So for now, it looks really good. Broadening structures are always difficult and not my favorite. But yeah, sometimes you got to take what you can give. And I think the idea was that a break of that was really good risk. Stop loss below the low just before the breakout. So it looks good. BNE, I know that stock. I have seen it before. At least I remember the name. But yeah. Oh, this is actually quite neat. It's a small stock. I think we can talk about it. I will focus only on the 4-year time frame, or 5 years. Man, time flies by quickly. Small stock. Given its oil, it's very small. So, but yes, I know exactly how to do this. So of course this was the 2020. Oil is completely being one of the best performing assets, and then we've come down from 14 to 2. Whew. Ouch. But look, I think we can frame it exactly. We can frame it like this. So I'm just trying to do this. This is done on the fly, by the way, so it's not, you can see the downtrend for sure, right? Or the flag, you can call it. And then we have like a bottom here. So we are bottoming within the downtrend, which is quite neat. So we have a head and shoulder here, very clear. I will say longs can easily be made like 4.1 here, easily. Stop loss would be below like 3.3, below the right shoulder. This stuff here alone produces a move. 60%, nice, that's really good. Roughly back to 6.3, 6.2, 6.1. And we can overperform, of course, but that is the target from the bottom structure. So yeah, it's not too bad. Should it be done like this? I think we can do it different. Yeah, this is maybe better, but the picture is the same. So you can see the left shoulder here. The capitulation, boom. High volume on the capitulation, really good. Right shoulder, 4.1. 4.1 is the... It's actually quite good, this one here. Again, you're picking a bottom. You can sell everything you want to here. If that's your play, you can sell half. But this could also just be a pause before eventually going higher again. So again, these targets are just from what a part of the chart is showing you. Again, it doesn't mean that we stop there, right? We could easily just, it's just a target. It's just a target. So CDE. Oh, CDE, it's such a beautiful chart. Again, long term, amazing. Absolutely amazing. No, it's not. It hasn't confirmed anything, but I think I know why you're asking. I think I know why you're asking it. Again, I think you're mentioning, or like this stuff here, right? I guess we have some sort of lower side is bad, but no, we're not there yet. We're talking short term now. This is, a buying opportunity given the monthly. Again, look at that. 30, 40-year breakout, monthly candles. Again, you buy every pullback basically, but we're not there just yet. Not just yet. And also, we bought the breakout down here at 8, so we don't really dig too much into that. The daily time frames doesn't matter. I don't know if this is the high from the upper, but it could be something shaping up here. Could be. Again, this one here, I don't know. These 3 are confirmed, but the 4th is not confirmed. So no, we could easily still have one more leg down if we want to. Which will be support at 12 roughly. Oh, at 5, since 5, that's amazing. At 5, that's amazing. That's nice. Yeah, Personally, I wouldn't sell CDE for a few years, so I wouldn't sell it again. I think it's a good view, this one here, and I say this often. Just remember, here we have, this is the highs from the triangle. 1996, 30 years. So we have just been breaking out from a 30-year pattern. And it's not a rule of thumb, it is a rule of thumb, but again, you divide that period by 7. So you're getting what, 4 years? That is your, again, it's not exactly 4 years, but you get the idea. So after just 3 months, 4 months here, we're still way, really early into the breakout, and we have more years to come for this stuff here. So it's incredible. It's an absolutely incredible stock. So yeah, went big position upon that breakout here, massive. The breakdown out here, roughly $9, and right, we have way more to go. So way more. Good. 5 more minutes. Let's check here what we have. Some questions there. ASM, we can do that. We talked about that one yesterday also. It was like a silent mover. Again, where to start, really? 20-year breakout. Boom. 2.5. And uptrend was intact for basically a year. And now we have been breaking down, but we're still producing maybe like a bull flag on Avino. So short-term bearish. But any pullbacks in these kind of situations should be a buy signal. So getting above 5.15 would be really nice short term. Rick, let's check it. Transocean, yeah, still looks good. You in from 3? Cool. A bit early, but it's fine. We had a longer level at 3.4. It still looks good. We're still in an overall downtrend. That's important to note. So, long-term bullish, no. But we have vibes of this breaking in 2026. So, 2026. Augo, the problem is that they were deleted from this. We lost. It's a Brazilian company now. Let's check it, mate. Let's check it out. Let's do the last. Oh, we have a few more. Aura Minerals, huh? On the Nasdaq, or again, if this is the one, again, I wouldn't touch it. But it looks, it's just trending heavily. 30 weekly moving average, boom, 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 up, 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 up. And you can just see the uptrend here. As long as that is intact, let it run. May. If this is a bear flag, be careful, right? Be careful. Trading below like 30-ish, 31 would be a warning. We would correct. I'm not saying that we're gonna crash, but we could correct and then come back again. So yeah, the long-term downtrend again. If oil starts to show signs that we're breaking that 4 or 5 year wedge, these oil stocks will do well. Even before the breakout on oil, they will do quite nicely. CLB, Miguel. Let's do this one, the last one here. I promise you, this will be the last. Yesterday I got to bed way too light. It was CLB, right? Core, whatever. Ooh, okay. Oh, look at that. That is just pure pain, right? Game over. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. Okay. That was back in 2018. This is oil and gas. Momentum, just checking. Huge bear flag on momentum also, but ow. Momentum not there yet, but okay. I mean, the first kind of thing it needs to do. Oh, whoops, oops. 3 spikes. This is again textbook stuff, right? 3 impulses to the upside, rising wedge, breakdown. I think this is actually a one-liner, to be honest. Sometimes you just got to keep it very simple. No, it's not a one-liner. I would like to see... I would also like to have this high here broken at 20, 21 here. This kind of stuff there. This is weekly stuff, so we are... I'm just rethinking here. If you're a bit more aggressive, you buy this bull flag here. Gap fill also. Really? This can be done in multiple ways. Let me show. Let me try to frame this one here. Again, not the most pretty, so keep that in mind, but we had a huge breakaway gap here. If that closes, you can take a long, and you can have a stop, of course, but you can't take a long there. Or this flag here will break to the upside and you will not close the gap. But if you want to be a little less risky or a bit more sure, you have to pay a little bit more. But once we start to break these kind of downtrends here, you can see them, right? We have basically 2 and start to trade north of 18, 20, 19, 20, then it starts to be interesting. So it depends on who you are. This takes a little bit more daily view into the stock. Whereas once we get above like 20, but again, it's a bit of a... It's a bit of a... yeah. Yeah, tricky one. Tricky. Well, it's the same price as it was in... Oh, that's sick. Is it really? Yeah, I guess so. I guess you're right. Let's do crude. That's sick. That is sick. Yeah, you're right. That is insane. That is completely insane. But if we just do this briefly here, just make 2 lines. Again, it is whole. I mean, it's not looking. Again, it looks interesting, doesn't it? Breakout, big of a grindy back test a few times above the highs from 08. Let's see what it can do. Yeah, for sure it could chop. It could chop for half a year. But if that's the case, I think we'll get that third kind of false breaky, right? We could see those levels getting hit at basically 42. So, but again, I think that would be, I wouldn't be surprised if we see like a snapback, right? And then we get back in and then false breakdown, all sorts of stuff, and we go. Of course, I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised at all. Especially if you get some high volumes on the way down. Oof. That's a new thing I'm trying to incorporate, even though it's it's not brand new information, but it's not something that I've used before. Yeah, like Andy would say, slingshot. Yeah, for sure. For sure. yeah. I think that's it. I hope you got most of your suggestions or your questions, and yeah, that's it. 30 minutes, 40 minutes, perfect. That's it, guys. Have an amazing day, as always. It's been a pleasure. See you tomorrow. Bye.